Hey everybody, welcome to Math 110 College Algebra this semester. My name is Mr. Chen and I will be your instructor for this class. I want to thank you so much for watching the welcome and syllabus video. In this video, I will show you how to navigate D2L a little bit, explain the syllabus, going over your first week assignment called the syllabus quiz, and I will also discuss how you will proceed in this class. So when you first click on our class, this is our homepage. So on the homepage, you'll be given an announcement, okay, every week telling you what we'll be covering the week, you know what I'm saying, and what graded assignments are due. To access our class, you simply click on content on the top left-hand corner. So on the very left column under the table of content, it displays everything you need for the entire semester. So normally what students do for any given week, let me use this one for example. All right. So for topic 4 through 7, um, you're given the list of all the topic for the week. So within each topic, okay, you are given a lecture handout, lecture videos, discussion, and homework. All right, so that's not a good, let me go to this one. For topic number 5, you get the same thing, right? Lecture handouts, lecture video, discussion. But this particular topic, you actually have two types of homework, a handwritten portion of homework and a computer portion of homework. There's one more graded assignment called the notes taken as well. So what students normally do for any given week is to first print or copy down the lecture handouts. So if you do have a printer, click on the lecture handout, scroll down a little bit, and click on download. Download this Word document and print this lecture handout from the Word document. If you do not have a printer at home, please copy down what's on the lecture handouts and then use the handout to watch the lecture video and take notes, okay, on the handout you printed or you copy it down. So the handouts are empty. So if you click on the lecture video and you can see the lecture videos, okay, is actually where I will start writing out, um, filling out all the spaces, okay? So after you finish watching the lecture video and take notes on the handout you printed, then you can begin to work on your homework. So for topic number 5, for example, okay, there are two parts of the homework. One part is handwritten, one part is a computer portion. So what I need you to do is to first print or copy down the handwritten portion of the homework. And then you can open the computer portion next. So let's open this up. First print or copy down what's on the handwritten portion, and then open up the computer portion. So since question number 1 and 2 are both on the handwritten portion, all you got to do here is to read, okay, my instruction here. Once you have done that, you can simply copy and paste that I have read and will follow the above instructions, okay, into the box below. All right. So once you finished, okay, both part of the homework, submit the computer portion and upload the handwritten portion into its Dropbox. So let me go back to it. So topic number 5, right below here, okay, you have a handwritten portion, okay, of the handwritten portion of the Dropbox. So if you click on the Dropbox, it's simply looking for an attachment. So what students normally do, okay, is to handwrite, okay, the handwritten portion of the homework, use the mobile device and take pictures, okay, of what you wrote, and then access the D2L from the mobile device and then upload, okay, the pictures into the Dropbox. All right. When you finish taking notes and watching the lecture video, you can go ahead and answer the discussion questions. The discussion questions are related to what we discussed in the lecture video and or what's written on the lecture handouts. Okay, so be very careful about using the AI to run through my question into the AI because the answer is already being discussed. The answers for the discussions are already being discussed within the lecture video. So please make sure you pay attention, okay, to when I go over the discussion within the video. All right, let's go to another topic. Okay, so this topic 6, here are your lecture handout, lecture video, and your discussions. Here are 2 questions here. And this particular homework only has computer portion. So that means you will enter all the answers, okay? You will enter all the answers on the computer. When a topical homework has handwritten portion, make sure you handwrite the answers, okay? Nothing typed, okay? I do not give you full credit if you actually type out the answers for the handwritten portion. The computer portion, you will have to type out the answers, okay? Let me display the whole entire week here for the topic 4 through 7. Every week, students are also required to turn in 1 note that you took. The name of the Dropbox tell you which topic you need to turn in. So for this particular week, you will need to turn in the topic 7 notes that you took. Okay. So so students will be taking notes, okay, for topic 4 through 7, but I only need you turning 1 topic, okay? So it's not a lot of pictures or a lot of pages, okay? So you're turning one of them just to show that you actually took notes, okay, while you're watching the lecture video. All right, so let's go to a different week. So let me recap. So for any given week, you're given lecture handout, lecture videos, discussions, homework. Some homework has both handwritten and a computer portion, and you're also given a notes taken Dropbox, okay, and the homework handwritten Dropboxes. So first, print or copy down what's a lecture handout, and then use the handout to watch your lecture video and take notes on the handouts. Okay, so whatever I wrote, you wrote. All right, once you finishing taking all the notes, please complete the discussions. Okay, and then you can begin to work on your homework. So for this topic 17, you have handwritten portion, computer portion. Okay, so the handwritten portion starts with question number 1 again, for example. So print the handwritten portion first, then open the computer portion next, and then do both portion back and forth until you finish the topical homework. When you complete, okay, this homework only have 1 question. When you complete both part of the homework, okay, make sure you upload the handwritten portion into the Dropbox, okay, and then also submit the computer portion. I will be grading both portion of the homework at the same time because the grades for the handwritten portion will be entered within the computer portion. So when I open up the computer portion of this homework, but the handwritten portion is not there, then the grading is not going to be complete. Okay, so just be mindful that I do grade both portion of your homework at the same time. Okay, and all the grades for the topical homework is going to be entered within the computer portion. All right. So let me go back up here real quick before I move away. So as you can see, if we click on discussion, this is a direct access to all the discussion questions. Okay. Let's go all the way straight down. You click on assignments. So assignment is where all the Dropboxes are located. So here you have all your notes taken Dropbox, okay? And then here are all the handwritten portion of homework Dropbox. All right. And if you click on quizzes, the quiz is where all the homework gonna be located, and so is your final exam is in the very bottom. Then of course, if you click on grades, you can check your grades. Let's fast forward to the Independence Week, Independence Day week. So for this week, there's no homework assignment due. So this is also a very good week for students to catch up any missing assignments. So if you look closely on the dates, okay, so all your graded assignment has a start date, due date, and the end date. So if you do have some graded assignment that you cannot complete within the due by the due dates, okay, you can make up your discussion, your homework, and your notes taken. Okay, anytime during the semester, you will not need to ask for permissions. You just make it up. Okay, but be careful not to pile out so many graded assignment because these graded assignment count for your weekly attendance. All right, so the very last week, okay, we're gonna go over topic 31 and then we will complete the final exam. So there is an exam review video I would like you to watch before you attempt the final exam. The final exam again has both computer and handwritten portions, so we will follow the same procedure as all the topical homework has both handwritten and computer portion. So once again, the notes that you took from watching the lecture video got to be handwritten. The homework handwritten portion, the handwritten portion of the homework also got to be handwritten. All right. So let's go over, that being said, let's go over this course information. So the course information here will stay with you all semester long. So about your instructor, my contact information is actually already listed inside about your instructor. Okay. So our number one way of communication is through D2L instant message with this envelope is up here. If you click on it, you can actually message me or you can email me from D2L. If you do email me from D2L and when I reply back to you, then you will need to check my email reply at your student email account. All right, so if you do have questions or concerns, you can always text me, okay, as well. I cannot talk on this number, but I can always text on this number. Now we'll go over the syllabus here in a little bit. So my contact information again is listed right above the syllabus here. How to upload notes taken and homework handwritten portion. So this video just show you one particular way how to upload the notes that you took and all the handwritten portion of the homework. But generally, the idea is to take pictures of what you wrote, okay, using your mobile device, and then log into the D2L on your mobile device and then upload the picture directly. How to use graphical equation? There are a lot of mathematical symbols that students will need to enter, okay, for the computer portion. So this video show you how to access the graphical equation. At the end of this video, I will also show you how to enter some mathematical symbols using graphical equation. How to view assignment feedbacks. So for any homework that you do not get a 100 on, I actually do give video feedback. So this video show you what you need to click on to find those feedback. If you do have some graded assignments missing throughout the semester, this video show you what you need to click on, okay, to find all your missing assignments. If you're a new student and never used student NETC email or the student self-service, okay, please watch this video. This video show you what show you how you can gain access to your self-service and your student email account. Student self-service is basically where the college stores students' academic records. So like your grades, your your financial aid information is all under self-service. All right, this welcome video is also posted right here as well. In this class, you will not need to purchase a textbook. We use Open Education Resource textbook as for reference, so you will not really need to purchase any book. So all students really do is just print or copy down the lecture handouts and then take notes, okay, while watching the lecture videos. Okay, that's how students proceed weekly. All right, in this class, we do require a graphing calculator. So if you don't have one, you can check out this website called Calc84. This is the closest graphing calculator that I can app that I can find. But we do a lot of graphing in this class, so so student does need a graphing calculator. All right, academic integrity and use of AI. So here are our college academic dishonesty and honesty statement. The use of AI is not allowed in this class. So AI generated answers or work, doesn't matter whether it's correct or incorrect, student will automatically receive a partial credit. It is very easy for me to catch a student using AI because a lot of times what AI shows does not pertain to what the lecture what the lecture videos instructions are. So in that case, that's how I know a student constantly using AI. So um, as of lately, a lot of students' grades are suffering because of excessive use of AI. Okay, because like I said, for the discussion questions, I already provide you with the answer inside the lecture video. So there's really no need to use the AI to come up with the discussion answers. Okay, so please be very very mindful, okay, of using the AI excessively. Here are our etiquette statements here. All right, so let's go back up here and go over the syllabus real quick. So my contact information is also listed on the top of the syllabus. Our class is an online class. Here are the course description. Okay. I will check everybody's prerequisite for this class. So what's required for this class is using our college learning management system or D2L. We also use this textbook as a reference. Okay. So again, you don't need to purchase any textbook. And also what's required is your graphing calculator. Here are student learning outcomes. So let me just recap real quick. So for every week, student will first print or copy down the lecture handouts, watch your lecture video, and take notes on the lecture handouts. Complete both computer and handwritten portion of the homework, and submit the computer portion of the homework, and then upload the handwritten portion into the correct Dropbox. So every week there are selected lecture notes taken. Okay, so make sure you upload the correct upload the notes taken into the correct Dropbox. So like I mentioned earlier, for the week that we cover topic 4 through 7, you will only need to turn in topic 7 homework, not the other ones. Okay. So here are our graded activities for this class. All right, so just kind of recap what we already discussed. All the homework are already posted in D2L. The questions are on both computer, which is called a computer portion, and on paper, which is handwritten portion. If a topical homework has both computer and handwritten portion, you are required to first print or copy down the handwritten portion and then open the computer portion next. Once the handwritten portion is printed, copy, and the computer portion is open, then you will go back and forth between the two portions to complete this topical homework. After complete both portions, please first submit the computer portion and then upload the handwritten portion into the correct Dropbox. Both portions will be graded at the same time. So if the handwritten portion is not uploaded after the computer portion is being graded, then the grading of this topical homework is not going to be complete. Okay. So the grades of the handwritten portion will be entered into the computer portion. So I need both portions to be there. Okay. Like I said earlier, you can make up the homework assignment at any time. Okay. So it's kind of strange that students submit a computer portion trying to satisfy the attendance policy, but not upload the handwritten portion. So just be mindful that your grades is not going to be complete unless you have both portion turned in. All right. So all the homework only get one attempt, and we do not drop any homework grades. All right. Notes taken. I show you. So there are selected topical lecture notes each week for you to take while watching the lecture video. Okay. Make sure you handwrite the notes. Okay. Make sure you handwrite the notes. All right. I show you where the final exam is earlier. Okay. So final exam is posted for the last week of class. Oh, sorry, this will be 110. Please watch the 110 exam review video before attempting the 110 exam. Sorry, some of the typos here. Here's our departmental grading rubric. All right, so if your answer are not entered or written not written, then you'll be given a partial credit. If the answer entered in or arithmetic were written but not pertaining to the problem's direction or the instructor's lecture instruction, okay? So that's just another way of saying that students are copying answers from other sources, okay? So disregard whether it's correct or incorrect, it's going to be a partial credit. Answers entered in in the computer portion but not using graphical equation, okay, as instructed. So a lot of problem, there's a statement saying please use graphical equation. So when you see that, please use graphical equation to enter your answers. So if you do not use it, doesn't matter whether your answer is correct or incorrect, you automatically receive a partial. Okay. So in a minute, when I go over the syllabus quiz, I will show you how to use graphical equation. All right, is our weekly tentative outline. So very similar to what you see under the table of contents, telling you what we'll be covering every week, what are the graded assignment, okay, and the due dates, of course. I will post the due dates here in a little bit. All right. Again, use of AI is not allowed for our class. There is a diagnostic test if you're interested. Okay, so for students who wish to take a core diagnostic test, please read the following. So if you're interested, please let me know. Um, please let me know. Please email me. Let me know you're interested. And I normally given this handwritten diagnostic test on the Thursday of week 2, okay, of the term. All right, attendance policy. So first thing I want to go over is this policy for no-show. So if student does not complete syllabus quiz, which I will go over here in a little bit, after the first week of class, then student will be marked as a no-show and drop from the course. So that means if you do not complete the syllabus, if you do not submit the syllabus quiz, then technically you're not, you'll be technically you never show up for class. So I will need to remove your name from the class, so you're not financially responsible for the course. But if you do submit a syllabus quiz, then you're bound by the following attendance requirements. Students are encouraged to speak with their instructor for guidance if extenuating circumstances arise. To successfully complete this course, students must maintain a minimum attendance rate of 80%. This means that students are expected to actively participate in at least 80% of the course activities, including discussion, homework, note-taking, final exam for us. Okay, so your attendance is being calculated by what you turning divided by the total number of activities. Okay, so this must be remaining 80% or higher to avoid being dropped by the instructor for excessive absence. Okay, so you can't just pile up bunch missing missing graded assignments, because we do have attendance policy here. All right, if something happened where you need to withdraw from the course, you'll receive a graded W. You can reach out to me if you want to withdraw from the course, or you can reach out to the student service or the enrollment center. Student with disability. If you do have a document disability and require accommodation, the vice president for student service will provide guidance regarding to official documentation of disability and accommodation of needs. All right, here is our academic dishonest and honest statement again. FERPA, the Family Education Rights and Privacy Act statement. Basically, what this statement is saying that your student's academic record is being protected under this federal law. So not just anybody can come to me and ask me about your grades, your attendance. Okay, so it's all protected under this federal law. All right, so down here are some of the student support services that college offers, so you can read up on those as well. So let me go over your syllabus quiz real quick. Let's go back to content. So this attendance verification and the welcome week are exactly the same, okay? So there are two things you need to do here, okay, for the first week. Complete the syllabus quiz and then introduce yourself to the class, all right? So let's take a look at the syllabus quiz. So the syllabus quiz is pretty much the first time I'm catching students, okay, to see if they actually watch this welcome video. This whole entire course is based off the lecture video. So watching videos and then answering questions is very important. So question number one says, by completing the syllabus quiz, I acknowledge and agree that I am registered for this class, plan to complete it and actively participate every week, and will adhere to the instructor schedule as outlined on the syllabus. All right, question number two, I have watched 110 Welcome Syllabus video entirely. So if you did not, then this is going to be a hyperlink where you can actually click on it and watch the Welcome Syllabus video entirely. Okay, so once you've done so, click on yes. Question number three, a lot of your homework has this instruction, okay? So question number three has two parts, okay? So sometimes when you have multiple parts for a problem, it'll be easier to write down your answer on the piece of paper first. All right, and then the problem also say, please use graphical equation when entering answers. So to access graphical equation, we simply click on the plus sign, equation, graphical equation. All right, so let me slide this over. All right, so question number one. So this is the way how we will enter it. Question number one, what is the best phone number to get in contact with you? All right, so your best contact number. I will need your best contact number for two reasons. Number one, when students fall behind on their homework, okay, if you miss more than 20% of your homework, I will need to begin to contact you and see and make sure everything is still okay. All right. Another reason I will need your contact number is for future registration. So basically, so if you're one of my advisees, I can reach out. I can use this number to reach out to you and see what class you would like to take next semester. All right. So number two, please tell me, is the number you provided a cell number, home number, or a work number? Tell me which one is which and click on insert. There you go, using graphical equation. All right, question number four, what is the last day of the class? So this particular question does not say use graphical equation, so you don't have to use it. So the last day of the class is going to be Sunday, August 2nd, 2026 at 11:30 p.m. So this is pretty much I'm start catching student not paying attention to what I do or to what I'm talking about. So please copy this down. This is exactly what I want to see when you turn in your syllabus quiz, please. All right, the instructor will reply your detailed instant message within 36 hours. Okay, let me show you how to enter some of these mathematical symbols. So I'm going to click on the box first. All right, plus sign, equation, graphical equation. I'm going to slide this over a little bit. So for number one, so right now we are under the first tab, okay? Open, close parentheses right here. Click on outside, comma, space. Open, close bracket is right here. All right, comma, space. Open, close brace is right here. Comma, space. All right, so I'm using a keyboard, okay? So for open parenthesis, that will be Shift 9 space. Close bracket is right above the enter button, comma, space. This is the infinity sign, which is right here, comma, space. This is a union sign. Union means the word or in mathematics, which is right here. All right, for number two. All right, start with a fraction. Okay, so for fraction, do not use a slash. Okay, when I see a slash for fraction, that's automatically a partial credit. We have a fraction bar here, so let's use the fraction bar. 3, a regular letter X on your keyboard. Exponent is right here, second power. Okay, so you can use a down arrow button on your keyboard, or you can click on the denominator. 4, letter Y to the third power. So right now the cursor is on the exponent, so you can use a right arrow key on your keyboard to put the cursor right next to a fraction bar, or you can just click right next to it. So the line gets longer, the cursor gets longer, comma, space. X plus 1 whole thing squared. So I'm going to start out with open close parenthesis, the letter X, a plus sign on your keyboard, or up here, plus sign, 1. All right, put a cursor right next to the parenthesis, and then exponent second power. All right, number 3. This symbol is called not equal to. So not equal to is located on the second tab on the top. Second tab on the top left-hand corner, a box with a slash over it, and we will select equal sign here or on the keyboard. So right now that cursor is technically inside that box. So press the right arrow key a couple times or click outside of it. Okay, comma, space. All right, letter F of X. So letter F, open, close parenthesis, back to the first tab, and letter X, comma, space. All right, cube root. So this one is a square root. So anything higher than a square root, we'll use this one. This is cube root. Clicking here, X raising to the second power. All right, enter number 4. All right, this is called log with a base 2 of X. The next one is called the natural log. This is ln, okay, natural log of X. So we'll talk about this toward the end of semester. So on the top here, on the top row here, go towards the last one, last tab. Log with the base 2, which choose this one, of X. All right, comma, space. Natural log is right here, letter X, comma, space. Okay, this bracket thing is called a matrix, okay? So let's go back to the first tab. I'm gonna start you off with the bracket and then go to this tab up here. So this one has 2 rows by 3 columns. So I'm gonna select this. 2 rows, 3 columns. Just highlight that and enter. And now we'll enter our answers. 2, -3, 7, 1, 4, -2. All right, negative sign is on your keyboard. Negative sign is also right here, like a subtraction sign. So again, I start out with the open and close bracket, and then I come to this tab and then select what I wanted. Okay. All right, and click on insert. There you go. All right, so we will keep in touch throughout the semester. So if you do have questions or concern, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Okay, you can message me in D2L, email me, or you can text me. All right, good luck, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, one more thing. I meant to talk about the discussion real quick. The way how we enter discussion answers. So you click on the discussion, right? And then you click on, you know what, that's not a good one. Let me choose one that has multiple answers. All right, so question number 1 has 2 parts. Okay, so I click on question number 1. So you click on start a new thread. All right, subject, put your name. Put your name there. And then down here, all you gotta do is say number 1, the discussion for number 1, whatever the answer is. Type answers. All right, and then press enter. For number 2, you'll type your answers. And then for the third discussion number 3 here, then you'll do number 3, your answers. Type your answers. Okay. That's the way how we're actually entering answers for the discussion. Okay, so remember now, discussion answers are already discussed within the lecture video. So just pay attention to it. Okay, and then type out what we discussed. All right, so thank you again so much for watching. Okay, good luck, everybody.